Hey, welcome back to this Sunday's video, and a lot has happened this week. We've had Block with their earnings report, Elon officially taking over Twitter, Amazon is now below a $1 trillion market cap, and we also have news of TikTok potentially being banned in the United States. So we got a lot to cover, so let's get right into it. Now, with Elon Musk officially buying Twitter for like the third time, but not backing out this time, we've seen a lot of crazy news, and it seems as though the deal has actually finally gone through. And since then, we've seen a lot of drama, with Elon Musk himself walking into Twitter's headquarters with a sink and a new $8 fee proposed as a solution to some of the bot problems, as well as some idiotic reporters believing two random bystanders outside of Twitter's headquarters with two cardboard boxes. Regardless of what you think of Elon Musk or all of these censorship issues, it is apparent to most people that use this platform or invest in the company that Twitter is just not being managed correctly. Whether it's management with little to no incentives to make the platform better, and clear bias within the management and moderation team, and a lot of PR troubles with leaked texts coming out about the government's involvement within Twitter's moderation. There have also been some activist groups taking aim at Elon Musk and the Twitter platform. Some of these groups have chosen to create a lot of bot accounts that target big companies that advertise on Twitter's platform with really hateful, racist, and derogatory remarks in order to make Elon Musk look bad and seem soft on these new hateful comments. Elon Musk even addressed this by saying that he has made no iterations or changes within the company to their censorship or moderation policies. So even though there is an uptick in hateful bot spam accounts, this would have happened whether Elon Musk took over the company or not. Now, I think we can all agree that these racist, terrible, and derogatory remarks have no place on Twitter or any other social media platform for that matter. That is not the goal of what Elon Musk said he is trying to do. And it's also true that moderation on these platforms is really important. So I think it's important that we all try to remain objective in these times and look at all of the available data on some of these wild headlines of stories that are coming out. During Elon Musk's first day of the Twitter takeover, a lot of news outlets posted outside of the Twitter building to see if they could get any newsworthy stories. And they did just that. They found a story with two men who were standing outside of the Twitter offices claiming to be past employees that were just laid off from Twitter. Now, their last names were Ligma and Johnson, and many major news outlets ran this story saying that Elon Musk has already made sweeping fires across the company and that these two employees had nowhere to go and no idea what to do. Now, in reality, these were just two random guys who wanted to pull a prank on some idiotic journalists, and that's just what they did. Now, I could make a full commentary on the reliability, ethics, and intelligence of these journalists and news outlets, but let's leave that for another day. Now, if you're looking to hate on a billionaire or the views that are not exclusively self-reinforcing to your own, then feel free to protest the Twitter acquisition, but as someone who is trying to remain objective and judge whether or not Twitter will be a better platform for the end consumer after it is all said and done, I'm excited to see what changes are proposed and what new features we may see come to the Twitter platform. That being said though, I do understand the worries of Twitter becoming a place filled with racism and extreme ideology, and by no means do I want that. But I do want a place where all groups can discuss current issues without fear of unfair moderation or censorship. However, if you're trying to get a more nuanced view of a lot of current issues that are going on, and just other subject matter in general, you probably shouldn't be heading to Twitter of all places anyways. Now, Amazon, like many other stocks in the market, have been tanking throughout this whole year, but this has been amplified by their earnings report that came out last week. At Amazon's peak, they were worth around $1.9 trillion, but since then, it has slid down to $920 billion, which means that almost $1 trillion of value on Amazon's market cap has just been wiped out. Now, Amazon is one of my largest holdings in my portfolio, and I have seen quite a bit of losses, being that my cost basis is around $120 a share. But honestly, I'm not really worried at all. And I'm also very surprised that the valuation would even become this low. Because when I look at their cloud computing AWS growth of over 20%, amazing advertising growth of 25%, and a powerhouse e-commerce business, I just can't see why people would be selling at this valuation. And I personally think the sum of all of those businesses combined is worth far more than $920 billion. And that's why I'm just going to use this opportunity to keep buying more. And of course, that's just with my portfolio and goals in mind. So make your own decision, do your own research to see if you agree with what I'm saying or not. Now, we also had Jack Dorsey's Block report earnings this week, and they beat expectations across the board. And I'll post those numbers beside me here, but some of the most important news that came out of this report was their profitability that has made huge strides in the past couple of quarters, especially within Cash App. Their Cash App platform has generated $774 million in gross profit, a 51% increase year over year, with 18 million people using their cash debit card, which was also up 40% year over year. And on the other side of their business, with their Square payment terminals, they had 29% gross profit increase year over year, with $783 million generated. Another important note with this company is that they hold $156 million of Bitcoin, which is around 7,800 coins, which is not an insignificant amount when you take into account all of the people that are making predictions of $1 million to $2 million per coin in the next 10 years. Now, personally, I don't have a huge position in Block, with it only making up around 4% of my growth portfolio, but even after it shot up 11% on Friday, I'm still looking to increase my position, because I think that Jack Dorsey's vision for blockchain and Bitcoin and the Lightning Network and how we're going to interact with one another with payments on Cash App and through their Square terminals, I really think there's a really promising future there. And now seeing that they're able to generate good amounts of gross profit is really reassuring. So I will continue to dollar cost average into that position over a long period of time. Next, we have news that the FCC commissioner thinks that TikTok should be banned within the US. Now, it's important to note that he has no actual authority when it comes to banning TikTok within the US by himself, and those decisions would have to be passed through Congress. However, last time that he voiced strong concern against something like this was when the US was considering telecom companies from China and what to do with them. For example, Huawei was a company that was making smartphones, and the FCC commissioner came out and said that he believed that those should be banned, and then Congress took his suggestion and actually ended up banning Huawei phones within the US. These concerns come from the fact that TikTok has a questionable user policy with how they interact with your data, paired with the United States' concern that this data is being used by TikTok and therefore the Chinese government against US citizens, and potentially in malicious ways. The solution to this problem seemed to be pretty clear, with the Committee of Foreign Investment working with the parent company ByteDance to divest its US portion to a US-based company to remain operational within this region. But with no deals announced over the span of 2 years and no end in sight, it's becoming less and less likely that this is going to pan out. And as the hopes of this deal going through is decreasing, it seems more and more likely the only way out will be a ban. It's also important to take into account that with midterm elections coming up within the US and Republicans seeming to be ahead and will likely win either the House or the Senate, the right will likely deny any policy that is seen as too easy on the Chinese government, which will most likely push this issue way closer towards a full ban within the US. Now, with this controversy starting in 2020 and nothing really being solved over that span of time, I wouldn't hold your breath or make any investment decisions based upon whether TikTok will be banned or not. But if we do see a ban, we could see significant upside in Meta and other social media players like Snapchat and possibly YouTube. Now, that's all I have for today, guys. Thanks for watching this video, and if you liked it or didn't like it, leave a comment, like or dislike down below, and please subscribe. It'd really help the channel out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.